Hello there, John Briggs again. I'd like to talk a little bit about thresholds, what they are, and what it means to cross them, because a lot of my poetry deals with thresholds. Uh, the definition I use is that a threshold is a one-way door that closes behind you. And because of that, it constitutes a permanent shift in your view of the world and how you relate to it. It's once you've crossed a threshold, it's madness to try to recross it, to go back, because it constitutes banging your head against the same door over and over and over again. The way you deal with the threshold you've crossed is to turn and face the direction it's taking you. And I'm going to read basically it's notes from a conversation I had with a friend of mine, and it constitutes the crossing of a threshold. It recounts it and what it means. So here's what I wrote. Church is where God goes to die, I whispered to a friend over coffee. Instantly, that little barb pierced the skin of our most cherished illusion and launched our conversation into deep and troubled water. He sucked his breath in and stared into his cup. The phrase sank like a lead sinker through my soul and swung there in the pit of my stomach. There was no reeling it back in, no unsaying it. You're absolutely right, he said, and I don't detect any bitterness. I have none, I replied. It's an observation, not a rant. And I've come a long way round to make it. I think I knew as a child, but didn't have the confidence or words to express it. You have the words now and have spoken them. Everything you say and do from this point forward will be measured against them. So I'd like to talk a little bit about that lead weight that sank through my soul when this conversation began. And basically, it changed my view of things to the point that that lead weight became a plumb bob in my soul against which everything from that point on is measured. I'd crossed the threshold from having church as the thing I measure my life against, having state as the thing I measure my life against, society as the thing I measured my life against. And that plumb bob that I used to measure my life against became internal. In a sense, I became a law unto myself, a free man, or as the book of Judges states it, as a man who does what's right in his own eyes. So that's the nature of a threshold. It takes you somewhere you haven't been before, broadens your view, changes your point of view, and changes your life.